All right, here we are. Chat Chapel,
Another one down.
episode 7.
7 up,
Starting to stack them up.
7 down.
Starting to stack them up. It's nice when you open the Spotify and the YouTube and you see.
Yeah, like.
It's like, damn, these jerks say they're not sick of this yet.
Yeah, and I can't wait till we get to like 70.
Yeah, might be doing this when we're 70. Wouldn't that be nice? It means it was.
These
It means it was
fucking
worth
kids
it.
don't know what it was like back in the day.
Oh my god. All right. Anyway, yep. Episode 7, Chat Chapel. Steve, Mark, we're back by not so popular demand. It is nice when we forget to drop one, or not forget to drop one, but when we don't, we start getting messages about it.
Yeah, like, hey man, where's the newest episode? And you're like, fucking life, man.
Yeah, Tom is like, yeah, you really hoarded me. Like I was
So
driving.
I got this drive to work. I fucking just driving to work.
Just driving around.
Just hanging out. Yeah,
Uh,
but no, it's always good to have someone ask me where it is, because you're listening, which is cool.
Yep.
You know, and I hope you guys continue to listen and feel like you're hanging out with a couple of the boys.
Speaking of cool, football is here.
Yeah, man.
NFL, college ball,
Yeah.
fantasy football.
Yeah.
I did my work fantasy football draft today. It's only 8 of us, so we're running 2 quarterbacks every week, 3 wide receivers, and a flex.
That's a lot.
In addition to the 2 running backs, defense, special teams, kicker.
That's a lot.
But it's only 8 of us, so we're gonna be putting up some hefty scores each week. I was able to get here. I'm gonna tell you my team. You
Yeah, go ahead,
team?
riff it off. Let me hear it.
I'm just gonna rip through this real quick.
Let's see if you have a good squad.
I do have a good squad. Let's see here.
What's your name in that one?
The Last and the Furious.
Okay, so same as the other one.
Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow.
You know, something about that Joe Flacco, I just trust.
Saquon, Cam
Hold
Akers.
on, go back. It almost feels sacrilegious to have Joe Breezy and Lamar.
I wanted the next best quarterback that was available. That was my plan, and
he's a real pocket passer.
That dickhead just happened to be there.
Not like Joe Cool.
Jackson Burrow, Saquon Barkley, Cam Akers.
Okay.
Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
Okay.
Does he have a good year? We'll see.
I went full on Eagles. Okay.
Ooh.
Brown, Smith, Goddard. Okay.
Oh yeah, you did. You went full on Eagle.
Rashad White from Tampa, Baltimore defense, and Carlson, kicker from Las Vegas.
That's not a bad squad.
No, projected $157.5 right out the gate.
Just stupid points.
Playing Glizzy Goblin. this kid at work, so me and my boss, we park in the same 2 parking spots. We back in, we have similar vehicles, and we do like the boss.
It's the unspoken rule, dude.
It's the unspoken rule.
Park in their spot.
He's been we finally said something. He came up to us at the shop today, and he's like, "Can I ask you guys a question?" And my boss is like, "We need to talk about where you park."
Not what he thought. What was the question?
It doesn't matter. He walked away after he was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm sorry."
Doesn't matter what your question was.
Yeah, I don't want to do the whole like we're gonna put parking space things for the bosses, but maybe that's what we need to do.
But also, don't park in my spot. I'm a routine person, so I definitely understand the frustration. It's like, dude, I park there every day, and there are people out there that are just oblivious to routines. Like they just show up, they're like, "Oh, look, it's open."
If I don't have routine or like. I don't hate change, but I need to have things a certain way every day for my homeostasis, like my own personal ecosystem. I need things a certain way or I can't function. A parking spot at work backed in a certain way, a certain distance from the curb, it's like not having my coffee. Like I need to have it that way.
Monday through Friday, I have the same routine Monday through Friday. Obviously, foregoing holidays or anything like that, but because Becky leaves for work around like 7.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the boys up. I get them changed and dressed.
Right.
We go downstairs. They play for a little bit. I get their breakfast ready.
Mm-hmm.
I feed them.
Mm-hmm.
By then, like 8:15, Miss Judy comes. She takes them downstairs. That's where they hang out in the playroom down there.
Just hanging around.
And then I clean the entire kitchen, like clean.
Yep.
And then because I can't like work with a dirty kitchen.
Nope.
Like I'm in my office, completely different room. But in my head, I'm like, oh shit, the kitchen's dirty.
You know it's there. It's lurking behind you. I got you.
Just can't do it. So clean the kitchen like top down, make sure the sink is empty, and then go to work by 8:30 is when I log on.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's Heather is a teacher too, so she leaves before I do and before the kids do. Jacob and her, they get up at the same time. They get out of the house. Then next up, it's me and the kids. They're at the age now where they're pretty self-sufficient. I make sure they're awake. and I say, I'm gonna hop in the shower, like ba 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 ba, and I rattle it off, and I come out 9 times out of 10, they're like straight up ready to go.
Yeah,
And
that'll be
you know
nice.
what a game changer that is.
I can only imagine, Steve.
I'm telling you, it'll get there.
Just hanging out.
Speaking of fantasy football, are you one of those guys that does a lot of research, or are you shooting from the hip day of the draft? I mean,
Yeah,
we're familiar with these guys just because the NFL is 24/7, 365. We already kind of know what's doing with each guy.
Yeah, I am a day of. I'm like, who's up. Plus, it all depends on like what order you get picked and like what your strategy is going to be. So, in my mind, there's only like 4 or 5 premier QBs that you want to get first round because they're going to get you a lot of points, like Lamar, Burrow, Mahomes, obviously,
Josh Allen,
and
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, throw in like one more, right?
Sure.
And then after those guys are gone, you're like, well, no, now at this point, it doesn't make sense to get a quarterback. So do you go running back? Do you go receiver? But this year, I was picked 4 or 5. I think it was 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, I'll go quarterback because I got Jalen Hurts.
Right.
But no, I don't prepare in terms of thinking of a strategy or who am I going to get. And once I get past like the first couple rounds, it's really just picking off who is projected highest to get the most points. Like
right
after, like, who probably the first couple round, who the guys are. But after that, you got to kind of like look them up. And I don't know who half these people are, but hopefully they do well in fantasy.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, we have the neighborhood league, and then we all have various other family and work leagues, I'm sure too. But it's just something to pay attention to and agonize over, and it's just some bragging rights sort of thing, and some extra cash.
Yeah, my routine really for fantasy is I check it like Wednesday. I think Wednesday is when I check my lineup because that's when you can pick up players.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not projected to win, I'll try to find some people who will help me get there. But more times likely than not, it never works out the way you plan.
No, there was like that meme. It's like you need your second running back and your kicker to combine for 63 points so you can win a game.
And then it happens. You're like, oh shit, do you believe in miracles?
Let me hit you with some ASMR one time.
No, please don't.
I'm doing the first Twisted Tea on air. I have to.
So cringe.
Well, it's not time for the pumpkin beers yet.
Yeah.
I mean, fall is here. I mean, it's almost here.
Yeah.
Middle of a heat wave right now. It's 1 billion degrees outside.
Makes no sense.
It's to the point where like it's starting to depress me, the heat. Like I'm straight up not having a good time.
Yeah, this is definitely my last hurrah with the heat. It was a pretty hot summer. Now, we're in the middle of a 94-degree week.
Right.
Just the other day, like I walked outside and it was cool, crisp, like 61.
It was so dope outside.
Yeah, I had shorts on, a hoodie on, which is the perfect combination.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, fall's here, right? The football's in the air. Got high school football going on. You got college starting up soon. NFL. It's like fall is here, and then bam, fucking heat wave. Like, nope, just kidding. Summer's back, baby, back.
Remember the lantern flies? They're still kind of a thing, aren't they? I'm seeing a couple around.
Well, it's funny because last year we had lantern flies pretty heavy. Mm-hmm. This year New York has them pretty heavy. So all my people that I have on social media from New York, they're like, there are lantern flies everywhere. Like, you got to kill them. I'm like, that was us last year. And like, that's old shit.
Keep moving north.
Yeah, I'm done with you. But no, I'm excited for fall. Football obviously being a big piece of that, but also like fall is probably my favorite season.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like fall, then winter, summer, and spring.
Sure,
would be my order.
I'm with that order.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I like having cool mornings, perfect evenings.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little fire pit. Have the people over, throw a hoodie on, big hoodie guy.
Mm-hmm.
So fall is perfect for me.
Well, and we talked about it before. Is we're gonna figure out some way to rig it up outside where we can do a fire pit show.
Yeah.
Maybe we just do it like when we have a bunch of people over. We can just pass a mic around and just kind of bullshit.
Just do a community
just do a one overhead mic, and we can just sit there and probably won't be allowed to show that podcast to anybody or let anybody listen to it.
That'll be like viewers discretion only.
That's a good way to get blocked on Facebook.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of that going on.
You don't want to end up on the block list.
No.
So pumpkin beer. I mean, you enjoy pumpkin beer?
I'm a big pumpkin guy. I know you're more of an apple guy.
Yeah, apple to me is the superior fall flavor.
I like the smell of apples, but I'm a big pumpkin guy. The coffee, the pumpkin roll. Heather and her mom made the best pumpkin pie ever. All that stuff. I'm a big pumpkin guy. It's like a olfactory sense thing where like it reminds me of when I was younger. You know what I mean? Because
I hear you.
Taste and smell, or they bring you back, and that's certainly what pumpkin does for me. Also reminds me of bitter losses. I remember being hammered on like pumpkin beer, and then like us losing on a field goal in the last minute, and I was like, well, I'm gonna take a break from pumpkin for a minute.
I definitely enjoy pumpkin flavor. I just, in my book, apple is king. Like I love hot apple cider when the coffee place up here, right over here, when they do their apple cider, I get that all the time. It's the only time when I visit that place. Apple cider donuts, dude, it's just so
apple cider donuts are fire.
But yeah, apple is great. Plus, in fall you get loads of it. You get the smells. I love it all. I love fall, dude. Fall's awesome.
Fall's good, and I know we talked about it in the past too, but I'm a big haunted house guy. We'll probably do a whole Halloween episode.
Spooky.
I imagine. I love all the spoopy stuff.
Yeah.
So I dig that.
Where's your favorite haunted house around here?
Favorite haunted house is 83 North to Route 30. And you head towards Lancaster, and you get off the Mountville exit. It's Field of Screams, nationally renowned. You get all the carnival food too, all the fried Oreos, cheesecake, Twinkies.
Yeah.
They have a 20-minute hayride that like you almost need to sign something before you go on it.
Your neck is just in 1,000 places.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of clowns and gory asylums and shit like that. I love that. And they always have the guy at the end with the fake chainsaw who chases you once you're out of the thing. And
yeah. Cool. There was a haunted house every year where I grew up at the firehouse, and they hired like this third-party company to come in and basically make the firehouse look like a haunted house, and they would do the parking lot as well.
Yeah.
But every year, because when I was a junior, I would be able to work it. So I'd always work like the wolf pit, which is like a corridor between the inside and the outside. It was just literally just what it sounds like. And I was behind a fence, and I would hide in the corner, and people would walk through just like, I wonder what this is. And I would jump up and scare. It was like the best thing ever because number one, you would see people so you would scare the shit out of them. But number two, just for some reason, scaring people was the funniest thing ever. It's so funny.
Oh, it's great. I'm like to go on YouTube and see like the scare compilations.
Yeah, I wish I had the technology and the tools because, dude, it was the best. And then we had the same thing. We had the person with the chainsaw at the end. The dude would chase people like past the block and up to the Burger King on the corner. Like he would just terrify people, but it was fun. They ran it for a good long while, and then finally they just stopped doing it. But it was actually ranked like one of the top 10 haunted houses on Long Island was at the firehouse. And it was pretty cool. Dope. Yeah, it was cool. Always big crowds on the weekends. Plus, especially during high school, like you get to wear your football jersey because we played on Saturdays in New York.
Right.
So I'd always wear my football jersey there like on Friday and like hang out. It always feels cool to wear your home jersey, hang around the town. Right. But then we had a 9:00 curfew, so I had to be home before that.
Gotcha. Have you ever heard of Eastern State Penitentiary?
Oh yeah, in Philly.
We did that one year. So
did you do like the touching version or did you do the regular?
We just did the regular version, but there was like a coupon thing. It's like they partnered with a couple restaurants locally, and you pay one price, you go and you do like a certain dinner, and then you go to Eastern State Penn, but you can like cut the line. Really geeked up for it. I remember the dinner was like this weird fried rice with macadamia nuts, was garbage. All they had at this place was wine. I'm not a wine guy at all. And then we get to Eastern State Penn and we cut the line, still had to wait forever. Place super creepy, was really excited about it. But to get everybody in, they were letting everybody in such large groups that like
it just wasn't worth it.
It wasn't worth it. And they were putting the group so close together is you could see the group in front of you
get scared,
getting all the scares. And then it was all like the local kids who were working there.
Yeah.
So like this one kid in the group, he would like, I don't forget what the hell his name was, but he turned the corner and there was one of the people working there. He's like, oh, hey, Tommy. It's like that. You just ruined it.
Yeah. I went to Eastern State Penitentiary just for a tour. And like, that's where like, I think Al Capone was, and they showed his cell and everything. And it was a creepy ass place. And they had the tour. You could like listen on like a headset. So you didn't need like a tour guide. You would just kind of do like your own thing. And then you'd press the number or whatever you were walking up to, and it would tell you the story and stuff. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I would hate that, like kind of a big build up and then it's a bust, especially when you could see people getting scared in front of you. It's like, well, now I know it's coming. Right. And like, especially when you're in high school, when you go to haunted houses, you do have to be like, the tough guy when you're walking through, especially when you have like 2 girls on your arm. Or
it's hard.
Like that.
Fight or flight's a real thing.
But like, it's like my go-to to always be like the laugh it off guy, right? Yeah. So like somebody jumps up, you're like, oh yeah, big guy, okay, and inside you're like, holy shit, that was fucking scary.
Yeah.
She's like, you have to play it, little hormonal teenagers.
Speaking of scary and not seeing it coming, so college football's here, right?
Fuck yeah, baby.
Deion, Colorado.
Oh, the prime effect.
You know what I mean? So his kid, 510 yards, 37 of 43. They got the two-way player,
Travis Hunter.
You know what I mean? It's absurd. They went in there, and not that people doubt Deion, because the results speak for themselves. Everywhere he's a successful guy in every area of his life. He's hosted Saturday Night Live. He's played baseball. He's played football. He's been
dude's a dog.
Yeah, he's literally done everything except have a full set of toes. But that's so that game was wild.
Yeah,
LSU
got their shit rocked by FSU.
Yeah. So that
last night's game was great to beat Clemson, which was absolutely bonkers.
Right.
That
was wild.
Penn State game was pretty good. They played West Virginia. They got a new quarterback. He looked really, really good. Mm-hmm. Plus the kid that went to Central York, which is about like 20 minutes from here, he got to get some snaps in. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, I'm an Ohio State fan for those of you who don't know, but we didn't look great. Kyle McCord did not have a great first game coming out of the gate. So that's a little troublesome. The defense looked good, but we have the best receiving core in the country, I believe, and we can't even get them the fucking ball, which is tough to watch. But
week one.
Yeah, week one jitters. We have to get ready for the Notre Dame game, which is in 2 weeks.
Right. Do you think it's one of those situations where they're looking ahead a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's also week one jitters too, because like we were saying, like there's no preseason. It's just week one, right? So you don't have time. And then in game play is so much different than practice or scrimmage. Like the speed just ramps up that much. So as a QB just trying to figure it out, like he's got to get more time. And, and I again hope it works out, because I think we do have a good team this year. But that quarterback position is so important to us.
Yeah. Maryland, I'm a big Maryland guy. They played Towson, won like I think it was 38-6.
I think it was 0.
No, they got a couple field goals.
Did they?
Yeah, just little trash field goals. And they've got Talia Tagovailoa. They got Tua's little brother.
Yeah.
Several less concussions. He set every Maryland passing record.
Yeah.
Because this is his 4th year.
Yep.
Could he have,
when pro
declared? I mean, he could have, and I think he would have went in some round. But there's a lot of unfinished business. Mike Locksley has these kids playing really well, and we won a bowl game last year.
He's done great things for that program. I think also in terms of, I was talking with Matt M about this, but I was
big Minnesota Gophers guy. Matt M
makes no fucking sense. So we were talking about Penn State and how Penn State does a great job of recruiting Pennsylvania kids, right? In-house kids going to Penn State. You just don't see the same reflect to Maryland. Like you have all these crazy athletes that come out of Maryland,
right?
And they never go to Maryland. It's like, what is Penn State doing differently? Is it the campus? Is it the atmosphere? Is it because again,
they have such a storied past. And the thing that the DMV has, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia area has the best athletes in the country.
Yeah.
Like period. But think of all the schools that you're competing against.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech, Penn State, North Carolina, Duke. I mean, all these schools on the East Coast are vying for these kids. And now Maryland, they have the facilities. They've had great recruiters in the past, but Locksley will get the most out of who he has.
Yeah.
They're getting the recruits now. You have a seasoned quarterback who's been there for a while. I'm excited to see what they can do. But yeah, to your point, it's really hard, and it's been hard for schools like a Maryland or even like a Virginia, honestly, to get the top tier players. Basketball, we're really lucky. We have a great basketball program. We're always in the mix for that.
And lacrosse.
But yeah, it's an embarrassment of riches in this area. And programs like Penn State, they really don't have to make much of a case to snag some of these kids.
No, and I was talking with that with Matt. I'm like, Penn State's like they have have a great campus, but also when you look at football, they can't win the big game. Like, James Franklin's been there forever. He just got a 10-year extension for a stupid amount of money that's like guaranteed basically. Mm-hmm. But it's like you haven't beat Ohio State since like 2016. You haven't beat Michigan in a while.
Right.
You haven't won the big game. So it's like if you're an athlete, right? Let's play you. Like you're a 5-star athlete,
mm-hmm.
and
obviously,
duh. And then you're trying to figure out where you want to go. Do you go because of the campus? Do you go because of the NFL dream? Do you go because of the home field? Do you go because you can win it all? Like, I guess that comes down to the recruits. It's like, what's your motivation for college football? In my mind, there's only one. It's to win the national championship. But now, especially with NIL money and everything, dreams can be different. It's like, I just want to go do well and then go to the NFL.
Right.
Maybe winning a national championship doesn't mean everything to me.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something to be said for that. I think these kids should have been compensated, but it does alter the landscape of what college football's been. And it's been about, these innocent, hungry kids that want to make it to the next level. And the only way to do that and to get your face seen is to win and be a part of a winning program.
Yeah.
And you still have your fair share of kids that aren't going to make the leap, but are really, really good at football.
Yeah.
And they want to win.
Yeah. 100%. But yeah, college football is here. It's going to be a great season. I mean, I love college football. The next year the playoffs go up to more teams, which will be exciting. But so you got college football started. You also got your Ravens starting up this week.
Ravens start up this week. Yep, against Houston. We're healthy coming out of training camp.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run through your schedule and you tell me.
We did this on Katie McGowan and Jordan McGowan's patio.
Okay.
So this might be different than what we said that night, but are you going to keep track of the wins here?
I'll keep track.
All right, because we need an official.
All right. You ready?
Right, start me off.
All right. So you got first game, Texans.
Win.
Okay. Second game, Bengals.
Lose.
Wow. All right. Third game is the Colts.
Win.
All right. Fourth game is the Browns.
Win.
Oh. Steelers.
Win.
Okay. Titans.
We have a hard time playing overseas. I remember years ago we got our shit pushed in by Jacksonville. They got D-Hop, Derrick Henry, and
are you going to lose here?
We're going to lose that one. It's going to disappoint me. It's going to ruin my whole day.
All right. Then you got the Lions.
Win.
All right. Then you got the Cardinals.
Win.
All right. Then you got the Seahawks.
Lose a weird one.
Okay. Then you got the Browns again.
Lose a weird one. Now I'm starting to question things.
Shit, you're 6-4 right now.
Okay.
Then you got the Bengals.
Win.
All right. You got redemption back?
Swept the Bengals.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. We split the season. Okay. See, this is all reasonable.
Ravens. Then you got Chargers.
Win.
Then you got the Rams.
Win.
All right. Then you got the Jaguars. That's a toughie.
I'm gonna go lose.
All right. Then you got the Niners.
Win. Christmas Day. That's like my Christmas gift.
Okay. Then you got the Dolphins.
New Year's Eve. We owe them too. Win.
Then you got the Squealers.
Win. Sweep the season from them. Split with Cleveland and Cincinnati, and I feel like that's reasonable.
12-5.
12-5.
That's a great season.
That's a great season, and I think it's reasonable. I might not have been dead on about the games, but I think that's reasonable.
That's fair.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna run through the Jets. All right, we got the Bills' first game, September 11th. We're not losing this for New York.
You're not losing that.
That's
one.
a dub. That's a dub
that's
for
a dub.
us. Then we got the Cowgirls. Mm-hmm. That's a dub. Then we got the Patriots. A lot of payback. A lot of fucking time as a Jets fan waiting to get payback on these fucking Patriots.
What's Mac Jones going to do?
That's a fucking dub.
That's a win.
That's a dub.
That's a win.
Then we got the Chiefs. Pat Mahomes. He's going to hurt his ankle. That's a win.
What?
Then we got the Broncos. Ain't nobody fucking worried about fucking Russell Wilson and fucking Sean Payton. That's a win. That's 5.
So we're 5-0.
We're 5-0 going to the fucking Eagles.
Just so I understand.
We go to the Eagles. We struggle, but we fucking come back. We get a win, baby. That's 6-0 right there.
Okay.
Then we go to the Giants.
Who's drinking the twisted tea here? Me or you? Jesus.
Then we get into the fucking Giants. Ain't nobody losing to fucking Giants. 7-0 right now.
7-0. My goodness.
But here's where it starts taking a turn.
Okay.
Then we get the Chargers. Justin Herbert, amazing quarterback. He's ripping it. But we're going to squeeze that out. We're going to get that dub. That's 8-0.
You said this is where it gets weird.
I mean, tough game. Then we got the Raiders. That's an easy dub. That's 9. Then we get the Bills again. That's another dub. That's fucking.
How is that a dub?
That's 10. They were 10-0 right now.
Are you doing a bit, or this is really what you think?
We got the Dolphins after that. Ain't nobody worried about Tua Tagovailoa. That's 11-0.
No, he'll be concussed and out by then.
Then you get the Falcons. Ain't nobody worried about them. That's easy dub. Then the Texans, Dolphins, Commanders, and Browns. We're gonna finish out the season. We're going undefeated this year, and then to the Super Bowl.
Okay, you want to try this again, or is this what we're doing?
No, bro. But seriously. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
First game. That's tough. Bills, Jets. But I think we can beat the Bills. Sometimes they struggle out the gate a little bit. I think that's going 1-0. Cowboys, I think we beat them. Patriots, we beat them. We go 3-0 to the Chiefs. We lose to the Chiefs.
I think you finish the year 11-6 and then get weird in the playoffs.
Yeah. So with 3-1 with the Chiefs, beat the Broncos 4-1, lose to the Eagles 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
Beat the Giants 5-2. I think we lose a weird one to the Chargers.
Okay.
5-3. Beat the Raiders 6-3. Lose to the Bills on the second go. Split the season with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's 6-4.
Okay.
Beat the Dolphins 7-4. Beat the Falcons 8-4. Beat the Texans
beat Houston
9-4. Lose to the Dolphins the second go around 9-5. Beat the Commanders 10-5. Beat the Browns 11-5. Lose the Patriots on the gimme game. We're going,
because you're looking ahead to the playoffs at that point.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean, so I could
11-6.
Okay, that's pretty good for our squad.
Yeah, I think that's that. Again, the Jets are known for letting their people down, so I'm ready for it. But I mean, it should be a good season if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, hits us a couple open targets. Defense looks really good. Sauce Gardner, got the Williams brothers on there. I mean, our defense looks pretty good. So,
right.
And we got McDonald. He's a beast off the end. So I think we do all right.
Okay, I'm with that. I think that's reasonable. That's way more reasonable than being undefeated.
But if it happens, you heard it here first.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens were undefeated. I'm not going to say it's going to happen. It also wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. So watching football games, do you like going or do you like watching at home?
When Flacco gets inducted into the Ring of Honor at M&T Bank Stadium for the Baltimore Ravens,
okay,
I will be at that game.
Yeah,
I was there when they had the original Super Bowl winning team. They brought all those guys back for the big ones. I do like to be there. When Nelly and Ray Lewis were in the same place, we were at that game too.
Yeah,
all the marquee ones. By and large, like to watch the game at home or in a bar full of people. I feel like a bar full of people is the happy medium between watching it at the stadium and watching it at home.
I agree with that.
Beer's a little cheaper. Lines are a little shorter when you're in a bar. At home, everything's basically free. You walk around the bathroom, you do your thing.
Yeah.
Being at a game, there's something to be said for that. It drags on too much for me with all the TV timeouts and the discussion, and it's just it drags for me, and it's a pain in the ass. It's a $250 endeavor probably to go to a game.
Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like if I had to choose, watching at home with friends is definitely round one because number one, you see it better, right? Unless depending on where you sit, but you can see the field, you can see the play develop. And then number two would be going out somewhere to watch the game with a group of people. Watching with a group of people almost reminds me of like watching wrestling with a group of people because like you get behind it, right? So it's like, first down, the whole place goes crazy. You just feel like really, really good.
Yeah.
Right. And then, or if something fucked up happens, you're like, oh, everyone's all pissed off. So just being among your friends and other people in the misery or the great joy is always fun. But then, going to a game is cool to do like once a year. Depending on where you sit, it could be cool, but I would rather watch it at home for sure.
Yeah. That's about where I'm at now.
But when you do go, what's like, or you're at home, what's your favorite football snack or food?
Favorite football snack or food is I love a good dip, queso, like the layered taco dip. As long as there's no olives, I'll just sit there and just the whole time.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Fuck olives,
dude. Olive
trash.
Can I tell you something?
Trash.
It's trash food for trash people. Like, I'm telling you, like,
fuck olives.
I ate an olive one time for $20, and I spit it out. I don't even think I ate the whole thing.
Yeah, fuck olives.
The only time I think I ever tolerate or kind of deal with it in the past, we would hit the Pizza Hut on Silver Spring Road down in Perry Hall. Get the personal pan pizza supreme. They chop up the black olives on there, super small. Sometimes that's the price of doing business. I will never on purpose eat, order, buy, look at, smell an olive.
Yeah.
Heather could bathe in olive juice.
Nope.
And sit there and just eat a whole jar of it.
Not for me.
It's
all right. So a dip would be your go-to.
Yeah. Sorry, I blacked out for a minute.
Fuck.
Yeah, a dip or a good boneless wing.
Oh, that's okay. That's a good
Cody Mundorf, big boneless wing guy.
Cody Mundorf. Oh, maybe
what a guy.
Cody M. Cody M. Yeah, that's fair. My go-to game day snack have to be bone-in wings for sure. Okay. I love a good bone-in wing.
Flats.
That's a good question. I could do flats or drums. We used to go every Sunday to Applebee, like me and my buddies from high school, like 4 of us. And we would go and we would get 25-cent wings. We'd get 20 wings each for $5.
Yeah.
Fucking crush them, right? So I always associate football with regular wings. And then my buddy, he used to make, buffalo wings sometimes. And it was always just so good.
Yeah.
So wings is definitely be my number 1 for a football game. Number 2, I do love a good salsa. I like the one from Giant, the fresh salsa rather
Pico
than
de Gallo.
Yeah, more than like the jar one.
But yeah.
More than the jar one. I like that fresh salsa taste. I think it's spectacular. So those are my top 2. So pretty similar, but I'm a more bone-in person for wings. And then dip, I would go with the salsa.
Yeah, I'm a big dip guy. Anything in a crock pot. Just the meatballs that they do with the chili sauce and
so
grape
good.
jelly or whatever. Those I could eat 1,000 of those.
Yeah.
Oh, get a bunch of them, chop them in half, load them up on a potato roll.
Yeah.
Just destroy them.
Yeah, that's awesome. But I mean, I don't know, man. There's so many at the stadium. It's hard because it all depends on what stadium you go to.
Right.
But what if I'm at the stadium? I'm honestly just trying to save some dollars. So whatever chicken tenders and fries will do for me. Right. But I feel like you enjoy the food more obviously at home because when you're at the game, you don't have a stand or a table, right? So it's not like you are eating comfortably, but also you're really wrapped up in the game.
Yeah, I'm a wanderer. I won't just get a big plate of food and just sit there and watch the game. I nervously pace. Like, I can't watch a game without shoes on. I get fully dressed as if I'm going to the game.
Yeah.
Like, I have to at least recreate that part of it.
Yeah, do you have a favorite spot that you watch when you're at home? Do you have this is my spot where I watch it every, if I am here?
I don't have a ton of tradition at the new house. We've been here, I guess about 3 years now.
Yeah, I think 3 years in October for us.
Yeah, I think so. We moved in, I think, right about the same time.
Yeah.
My recliner in the garage. That's one of my favorite places in the world. I drink my coffee in there, watch my stories.
Nice.
And and especially when it gets cold outside, it's right under the heater. I think you've had the pleasure of sitting in that spot too. Right under the heater, just blows on you, dries you out, but it's wonderful. So probably there. We've had a couple good times down Matt's house watching games up here. I watched the game at 7, the local sports bar up here. Had a great time there. It was 49ers Ravens 2 seasons ago in the rain. Justin Tucker game-winning field goal, Lamar Jackson game-winning drive.
Nice.
So that was cool.
Nice.
But yeah, anywhere I've had a halfway decent memory of watching the game, I could see myself watching the game there again. I don't revisit places where I experienced heartbreak.
No, again, for me, it's just I enjoy watching football, but I really like more of it when I'm with friends and stuff and hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about because we were talking about fall, but it's also great is snowstorms because every year every year they say this winter's going to be a bad one. This one's going to, and
they've been saying it,
bro. For the last 3 years, we haven't had shit. No. Like I bought my snowblower. I used it one season, and then I haven't used it since.
No, I bought one and I put the True Fuel in it, and I started up, make sure it's good, and had it on standby.
Yeah,
and just nothing. No, I want to use it. I want to put on my Carhartt suit.
Yeah.
And my boots, and I want to go out there and with a flask in my pocket, snow blow.
Yeah.
Come inside,
hanging out,
just hanging around, and then meet at the end of the street for a happy hour with the boys, watch the kids sled, have like some good wholesome winter fun.
You know what we should do when it snows? We should do that, and then every household should make like a meal or a dish, like a white chicken chili, like something warm.
Yeah,
and then we'll hang out that corner. And like we'll bring like a solo stove.
Set up tables. We could even run power there. It's not terribly far.
My house right there, Matt's right there.
Mm-hmm.
But we run power. We hang out. Like everyone can bring their camping chairs, bundle up, have the kids sled all day. It'd be fucking fun as shit.
Oh my god! But it has to snow for it first.
Yeah, but it has to snow first. But all right, so we're putting it out there. If it snows, for the neighborhood people watching, we should do that. We'll meet in the corner.
Oh my god!
And we're just gonna have a nice buffet, like. Everything warm, crock pots.
The first annual Chat Chapel snow throwdown, the snowdown.
The snowdown.
Let's do that.
Yeah, the kids will go sledding. We'll like pave the way. And then like I said, everyone bundle up, like dress for the outside to hang out, and let's just chill all day. Do a apple cider spiked for the people who drink.
Apple cider, yeah, like you said, have the fire pit going down there.
Yeah, do s'mores and shit. Like it'll be so fun.
Oh my god.
I just want to do that now.
I skipped right through fall. I'm there.
I would love that. Yeah, that sounds so much fun.
Yeah, well, I think we can do this from even simply from a cell phone too. We can do some live spots.
Do some live sledding.
We'll hand someone the phone and they just go down there.
All right, I'm glad we have this on the books. That way we can start preparing for it.
Oh my god, I am so excited.
Dude, think about all the great dishes you'll have out there when it's freezing. And then where we live, there's not a lot of cars that come through anyway.
No.
Because we're in the back. So we don't have to worry about anybody encroaching on our shit.
White chicken chili.
Yeah.
Jalapeno poppers.
Yeah.
Boneless wings.
Yeah. And if there's a game on, God forbid, if it's snowing, there's a game on.
God forbid.
We will run the extension cord with the TV.
I'll go get a $190 TV from the Walmarts.
I already got one in the back my backyard.
We're going to take that down and we're going to put it there and we're going to watch a game. We're going to run power to it.
Dude, I can't wait.
Oh my god. Well, it's possible. So I was telling you before we went live, I predictably hopped on this cruise that's going on with some of the neighborhood people in January.
Yeah.
So they have this sports bar on the boat called Playmakers. And it's circular and you look down in the middle and it's a basketball court. It's bumper cars. I mean, it looks like the sickest you've ever seen.
What cruise line?
Royal Caribbean, and the ship is called Odyssey of the Seas.
That's the big one, right?
It's why I guess it's one of the big ones.
Yeah.
So it sounds like there's probably going to be at least one, if not two, NFL playoff games while we're on the boat.
That'll be fun.
So that would be dope.
Yeah, that'll be crazy. That'd be fun. Yeah, because when we went on, it was June, so nothing was really on. But that's cool. Yeah, I've only been on one cruise. It was a smaller boat. It was okay. It was fun because of the people, but it wasn't the greatest. But I would be interested to see how a bigger cruise line, how it feels, and what the difference would be.
Right. Yeah. So you've got two, because you coach at the high school. You've got two football games under your belt now. I know you guys dropped a tough one.
The first one,
week 1.
Yeah.
Tell me about week 2. My kid Jacob, he was telling me some of the rundown. So let me know how week 2 went.
Week 2 was that was tough. It was such a good game.
Mm-hmm.
So we came out flat, honestly, in the first half. But going into halftime, it was 7-7 or 7-0.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were up by a touchdown. So we get in the locker room. I tell the line, listen, boys, this is on you right now. Everything that we planned, we can't do if you don't execute.
Right.
Came out second half swinging, had a couple of mishaps here and there, but ended the game 14-14.
Mm-hmm.
In Maryland, you don't go to overtime. You just end it.
Right.
So as soon as the game ends, I'm like, shit, a tie. We don't need a tie.
Right.
And then I'm in the headset with one of the coaches, and he's like, oh, no. There's overtime.
Right.
And I was like, oh, All right, here we go.
Right.
So we go in overtime. First overtime.
Mm-hmm.
They had the ball first. It was kind of like college rules. You get the ball at the 10-yard line. You get 4 downs to score.
Okay.
So they get the ball. They score.
Mm-hmm.
Extra point. And then we get the ball. Okay. We go down. We score. Extra point.
Mm-hmm.
Now in my head, I'm like, well, 1 overtime. That was it. I guess we're going to the tie. He's like, oh no, we keep going until it's over. And I'm like, let's fucking go.
Right.
Right. And mind you, we're away. Good crowd. They just honored the coach that had been there for 30 plus years. It was a lot of emotion in the game. It was a really, really good game.
Mm-hmm.
So we score, at this point. So now we get the ball first. We go, we score, extra point. They get the ball. They score, extra point. Now they get the ball first. Now we're in the third overtime.
Right.
They drive, they score, and they go for the extra point, and they fuck up the snap.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they
Romoed.
Dude, so it was a good snap, but the kid caught it and just hit his fingers, man. Like he caught it and it just hit the ground, and he kind of looked at it.
Right.
And our guys just jumped on top of him. He threw it up to as an alley-oop, as a last Hail Mary type of thing. And, our guys jumped on and recovered it. So now we do have to score.
Mm-hmm.
So we're driving. It's 4th and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, we had to score.
Right.
So we'll give the ball our star running back. Mm-hmm. And that kid is one of the most hardest working kids I've ever met in my life. Mm-hmm. If he gets inside the 5-yard line with a yard head start, there's no one taking him down. He will die on that field, that type of kid.
Right.
He scores. We're all going crazy. And I'm like, we got to kick the extra point. Mm-hmm. I turn around and I look at the scoreboard. And I can't watch. I'm just can't watch. So I literally put my hand on my knees and I'm watching the crowd and I'm watching the scoreboard and I hear the snap. I hear the kick and I look up. And the crowd's going crazy. And I turn around and I'm like, oh, thank God we won. So then I start walking to the 50 because in my head, I'm like, man, what a tough game. And I turn around. And I'm like, where's my team? And they stormed the field. And because they're all excited. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, yeah, I guess we did win. Yeah, sure, celebrate. But dude, it was so.
That's sick.
It was so at the end of the game, the coaches, the players, everybody was just tired.
Yeah,
just because it was super late. But
that's like a movie ending, and it's only week 2. Just think of the shit that's going to happen from here on out.
Please don't. Yeah, that's so cool. we're 1-1 going in next week. We got to travel about an hour away. Mm-hmm. Good team, tough line, but I think we're a good team as well. So we'll see how we next week. We'll see how we do next week on the podcast, but. Man, we just have a good group of guys who are committed, who love the program, who are bought in, and yeah, I'm really excited to see how we do the rest of the season.
Yeah, and this is the perfect community too. You have so many supporters, and it's very much like the Friday Night Lights, the movie and the show. I mean, this is the whole town comes together, and they come there, and everybody's wearing the garb, and it's such a cool vibe. And
I wish it was a little more. I would love that atmosphere where you go down to the store to buy a gallon of milk and it says closed at the game, right? That would be really cool.
Or you go to the local diner and no, Ricky, this burger's on me.
Yeah, it's oh wait, that's illegal, but not anymore because now it's NIL. Yeah, but no, it was fun because where I grew up, it was kind of like that, not to that extent, near, but everybody kind of who knew if you were on the football team, and we were really good and. It was cool to see your newspaper clippings in some stores and mm-hmm. the town following you. So that's our goal is to build a program up like that. Cause it's realistically, it's just not that right now, but we are getting a lot of buy-in from the community, which has been nice, but all the efforts are on the kids because they got to represent the program outside. It's just, the coaches always do, but the kids really represent the program and they're doing a good job of it.
Yep. Yep, it is the most wonderful time of the year. Christmas, they say, but this is the best.
Yeah. What's your favorite, football memory?
Favorite football memory is, it's obviously when Joe Flacco put the team on his back.
On the back door.
In New Orleans. Now, Graham, we had Anquan Boldin, Jacoby Jones, they all went off. When we won that Super Bowl.
When the lights went out.
It was one of the last big sporting events we watched with Heather's mom. We watched it at my old house in my old man room. The lights went out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was one of those super memorable evenings. And, as adults do, and only when you're an adult should you do this. I had a couple pops during the game. and we won. I'm going nuts. And I'm watching like the recap the next day because I'm just watching it from all angles.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, we almost lost that game.
Yeah.
Like it was a goal line stand at the end. Could they have called pass interference and put it at the, a half-yard line or whatever, and they punch it in, we lose? It didn't happen, but I had no idea in the moment how close we were to losing that game. But we didn't.
We did. I just remember thinking to myself, like, what a storybook ending. Ray Lewis last ride.
Ed Reed.
Yeah, but like, Ed Reed. But it was like, he announced like, this is my last season. And then to go out as a Super Bowl champion, I mean, it's like, you can't paint a better picture. It's like going out the WWE World Champion, when you retire. But dude, that's
my favorite football memory. I mean, I have a lot of really good sports memories. When the Capitals won the Stanley Cup, I mean, that was one of the greatest nights ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, certainly my favorite football memory was that.
Yeah, mine would be probably more from a playing aspect.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite, playing. It's weird the way my brain works. I compartmentalize everything. So like in my head, I have like my favorite high school football memory, my favorite college football memory, my favorite post-college football memory, and then my favorite coaching memory. But I guess like if I had to pick like top one or two, one of them would be winning the Suffolk County Championship with my boys. We lost in the Long Island Championship on a heartbreak play. Mm-hmm. Terrible. But just that feeling of like, holy shit, we're about to do this. And, we all been playing together since we were 5 and we're all here and we did it. We're doing the stuff that we were talking about since we were kids. That's definitely a core memory. I still remember like some of the emotions and things that people said like right afterwards, which is awesome. And then my favorite coaching memory.
Sounds like last week.
I'm not gonna lie. Actually, yeah, I think you might be right. I think that probably takes the cake in coaching. 3 overtimes, and then like your line just wills you to win.
Mm-hmm.
As a line coach, I couldn't.
You love that.
I couldn't be more proud of them.
Right. That's cool.
Yeah, man. It was. It's crazy. That's not even my first 3 overtime game.
Oh, really?
So that's my second, third overtime game. Mm-hmm. Once as a coach, once as a player. Mm-hmm. The first time I ever experienced a 3 overtime, it was the first ever home game for Stevenson University. I was part of the first ever football team there.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing this team called Christopher Newport, who like wound up winning their division, like at conference every single year, and we were like a 30-point underdog. So we go into the game and dude, we're just playing lights out. We're just swinging. It's the first ever football game at Stevenson University, ever, right? Packed out stadium. So we go into overtime. Second, I'm trying to remember the details. I just remember I had a couple goal line stops. I was pretty hyped up, and we wound up winning in 3 overtime. And like same thing, like we kind of stormed the field as a team. And I'm thinking to myself like, and then when I replay it back now as a coach, I'm like, how many fucking 3 overtime games am I going to go through? Because this is tiring.
Right.
Yeah, it was nuts. Yeah, I felt bad. A bunch of my buddies came down for that game, because again, it was, first one. And at the end of the game, I was just so tired. Like I just sat on the couch.
Got nothing for them.
I just sat on the couch. I was like, you guys just do what you want. I'll be right here.
Yeah. And that's this time of year is when memories like that are made. I mean, we got football, baseball playoffs coming up.
Yeah.
All the fall foods, winter parties we're talking about.
I can't wait for that one.
All the Halloweens, all the apple flavored twisted teas you can handle as an adult only, responsibly.
Yeah.
This is truly the greatest time of year.
We're here.
We're just at the beginning of it. Can't wait to talk about it more.
Would you say the best 3 months would be like September, October, November? Because then you get Thanksgiving in there, or would you get like October, November, December?
It starts for me September 30th.
Okay.
Is my beautiful wife's birthday.
Oh, okay.
So we do September 30th through New Year's.
Yeah.
Best time of the year.
That's fair. Because when you look at it, you can get a couple warm days in September, right? So you get a little bit of that in fall, peak fall.
Sure.
You get a beautiful color change.
But you can deal with the heat and the bullshit in September because football's here.
Yeah.
You can deal with it.
And then you get a beautiful color change in October with the leaves changing. You got Halloween. And then you go into Thanksgiving, one of the best premier food days.
Yep.
If you can do it right. And then you go into Christmas, and Christmas is Christmas, right? It's the best.
And with me, I don't even mind January, February, March, because with what I do for a living, working in the events industry, January, February, March, that's a chill time.
That's where mine picks up.
You know what I mean?
Because of conferences in Vegas
right.
and shit.
Well, and conferences too. I mean, we got one in December in Vegas.
Yeah.
Then we go out to Anaheim end of January. So I don't mind that. That's all fun stuff. But this is truly the best time of year.
Yeah, for sure.
We're here. I don't know.
The Chat Chapel's here to talk you through it.
We're here for you. Always here for you.
I'll be there for you.
So I don't know what we're going to talk about next week. We'll kick it around.
Well, next week we'll have week 1 NFL in the books.
Yeah, we'll recap our respective games.
Yeah.
We'll recap our fantasy wins and or losses.
Now we play each other first round.
We'll recap the food we ate.
Oh, yeah.
Where we watched it.
Can't wait.
There are a lot of unanswered questions this week.
Yeah.
What are we going to eat? Where are we going to watch it? How's the team going to do?
Who, me?
We'll just hanging around. So we'll revisit all that. Drop in the comments if you guys have anything in particular you want us to riff on. If not, we're just going to continue bombarding you with our bullshit.
Hell yeah, dude.
But definitely get messages from people on the Spotify, on the YouTube. So we certainly appreciate you guys listening.
Yeah.
Spread the word. Now that we have a couple episodes stacked up, we're going to, I think, really share it out.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we're going to start kind of blasting it just to, because again, we have a nice little sample together, and, we definitely like people when they listen and interact as well. So it's been super fun so far, and I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
Cool. All right, bro. All right. Well, cheers, y'all. Good shit. And we'll catch you next time.
Catch you on the flip side, homie.